we're gonna be working with Bok Choy today from the box of produce from Norwich Meadows Farm. We're gonna make something easy, light, refreshing for sort of the season coming up, and it could be like a nice little snack or like a light lunch, and actually quick as well. Hey, so now we're gonna make the dressing that goes with the bok choy. After you clean the bok choy, just put it aside. The dressing for this actually has 2 steps. Okay, we're gonna mix nuts with the tahini or Japanese sesame paste, whatever you have. That's handy. And after that, we're gonna mix that nut paste with other ingredients that you'll see when we do this first step. Okay. So if you don't have Brazil nut, pecans and walnuts is also good. I will try to actually mix the walnuts with another nut. Sometimes the tannins of the skin of the walnut may be a little too strong, but usually I used to make this with some Brazil nut and actually black walnut because I like that kind of mushroomy umami taste that was really good from that, but I can't get that now. But actually you could get Brazil nuts at the supermarket and I have them around, so we'll make this. Get your Brazil nuts in the rubber group, okay? Sorry, or the food processor. And you're going to break down the oil of the nut, okay? Okay, now that. Tell me using this. Okay. So you're gonna keep blending, or actually chopping until you see that it's gonna get like clumps because you're basically breaking down the nut. You see that right here? So that's good. And right about now, I'll just stop. And Brazil nuts, by the way, just so you guys know, have more oil than other nuts. Not as much as the macadamia. And I'm just gonna scrape the sides, but you see that you're releasing all that oil. Sort of like what you do when you make marzipan, different marzipan. So obviously you put rose water and then sugar, right? And get that nut paste from underneath the plate as well. And now it's not a big amount of tahini. Like I said, this is Japanese white sesame paste. It just has a less intense flavor, probably like tahini, but tahini works perfectly fine. And actually, I used to make it with tahini. First time I ever sort of made this recipe that came out of nowhere. Okay, so mix it now again. Now we know how to use this thing. And all you're doing right now is just mixing the Brazil nut paste. You want to break it down first and then you mix in your tahini. So the tahini is incorporated now. Like I said, I'm going to blend it a little bit more. I don't want it super smooth, but just a little bit more. Just about there. That looks good. We'll mix this nut paste with ponzu. You can either buy it actually, a ponzu, or if you're more adventurous and you feel like putting more work into this, you can make it. Now, it's a few recipes of ponzu that we can make. If you guys are interested in making it, you can just send me a message on Instagram. I don't mind, perfectly fine. And recipes are to share, so I can send you that. How to make a quick one and how to make the proper one that takes about like 10 days of marinating, seaweed and soy, dye and everything else, okay? But ponzu that you just bought at the store is also fine, okay? No drama, okay? So, from this paste, I'm gonna take X amount. Let's see now. The whatever left over of this paste, actually I think is quite nice to do another kind of greens, you know, chill greens. I think right now, like kale, you know, all the master greens. You find like there's different recipes, different methods that you can use it, steam, chill, and just dress it, you know, just play with the stuff that's available on the market right now. Zaid has great bok choy. It's not baby bok choy, and I always like it chill. It has a crunch, like it's really tasty and like refreshing. Anyhow, so now we have that paste, okay? And we're gonna mix it with the ponzu that I was talking about and the sunflower oil. The sunflower oil is from Hudson Valley. I used to find it at the market. I'm pretty sure it's still there. And you're just going to incorporate like that in a spatula the ponzu into your nut paste. So because of ponzu has, you know, soy, the special citrus dai, which is a bitter orange in Japan. Some other people put yuzu. Can be with or without bonito. And kombu, it has a really interesting umami flavor that it kind of like it makes me salivate when I think of it actually. So, and then the sunflower oil. If you want to just use olive oil, you can, but actually the sunflower gives it a really interesting, you know, flavor profile. If you wanted to add on crushed nuts to this, sure, why not? You're the artist here, huh? So now we're gonna go on to steaming the batch. We now are ready to steam. This is on medium heat. You don't need that much water to steaming. You want to blanch it, go ahead, blanch it. Bok choy is nice and clean. Like I said, they're not baby, right? And I'm just gonna lay them here. And I prefer steaming instead of blanching. So I'm not gonna crowd this too much, even though this is kind of crowding a little bit. It's fine. And I think probably we'll go for like four minutes, okay? And then I'll see you later. Now this is the bok choy after steaming, and actually for me 3 minutes on steam was perfectly fine. So 4 might be a little bit too much. It all depends on what you like, but I like to have some texture, okay? Anyway, so you have your bok choy here. I like this, like I said, really nice and chill. So after you do this, you could put it back in the fridge, okay? Or if you want, just a little bit in the freezer, if you have the space. I don't, okay? So that's that. We have our dressing, remember? And we'll scoop a little bit of that in this bowl. If you guys don't want to get your hands messy, I would recommend that maybe you want to use a brush. That's what I used to do at the restaurant. So anyway, we'll dip it a little bit like this, okay? And just massage the greens with as much dressing as you think you'll need. Okay. And I think sometimes we're uncomfortable eating, you know, steamed veg or things that, if not, they're not like super cooked, you know, and I think this is actually a fun way to eat greens that are like in season right now, you know. Like I said, you know, maybe kale will be good with this, or if you want a spinach, like a nice cold spinach salad. There's also Choi, you know, Honsai, a lot of things available. Zaid has great master greens as well that I love eating. So this is also a fun idea. Maybe just a little bit more. And mix This, there's no salt because of the ponzu, again, okay? So, because the ponzu has a nice seasoning, I don't really add on any salt to this. It's perfectly seasoned. So like I said, if you want to actually use a brush, lay it down on a plate, okay? And brush it onto the leaf. If you want to make it a little bit pretty, you know, we eat with our eyes as well, it's very true. So, if you don't have trout roe and you have salmon roe, well, I actually have salmon roe, you know, but I don't have trout roe. So, using I wouldn't necessarily recommend something else on the roe family. Maybe shad roe would be fun, you know. And just put a little bit of this. It's a nice way to, you know, incorporate a little bit of roe into this dish. Up to you. Pretty much it. Well, I'm going to add on a touch of smoked oil that I have, just because I don't have the, you know, smoked trout roe. Just for me, personal taste. You can add on a little bit of sunflower oil. I used to actually add on sunflower oil when it was the smoked trout roe, just to enhance the sunflower flavor. You could also make this paste with sunflower seeds if you didn't want to add on any nuts, you know, so that's not free. You see, there are many ways. And just a little fun thing we can do on top of the texture, we just can grate, we can grate a little bit of the nuts on top. It's funny, you know, this actually tastes a little bit like if it was Parmesan. So, not a crazy idea. And we are ready, guys. That's it. You see, Bok Choy, Norwich Meadows Farm. Subscribe, please, okay, to norwichmeadowsfarm.com. Go to Fellow Farmer, create an account. It's super easy, like a couple of clicks, and there you go.